Hi everyone, it's Dr. Cleopatra here with you today. I have something really special to share with you today. At 2 p.m. Eastern Time, that's 11 a.m. Pacific Time, I'm going to be giving a webinar for the National Center for Faculty Development and Diversity. And the topic of this webinar is being an academic parent and how to support academic parents, both individual practices and institutional policies. An example of something that I talk about in this webinar is, what do you do about the blind spots of the 1 year tenure clock reset? We all think of this tenure clock reset for each baby as a safety net, and yet it is very subjective in terms of the interpretation. Some people see it as, well, this person has actually had more time to be productive, so perhaps we should be expecting even more output from this person. So this is an example of the critical things that I'm talking about in this webinar. Now, it used to be that a large percentage of our mamas were academic mamas, because I am an academic mama. I'm a scientist. I've been in academia since I was 18 years old. And it just so happened through word of mouth that a lot of the people who came to us for fertility, pregnancy, and parenting and broader mommy life cycle support were academic mamas like I am. So graduate students, PhD students, professors, postdocs, people who are applying for NIH grants, etc. Now, of course, a smaller percentage of our mamas fall into this category now because we serve a much, much broader audience and a much, much larger number of people these days. However, we still have a lot of academic mamas. So I just want to encourage you, if you're one of the academic mamas in our community or academic parents of any gender, or you know someone who is, to please share this resource with them. If they happen to have a membership to the National Center for Faculty Development and Diversity, NCFDD, or they're part of an institution who has an institutional membership, or which has an institutional membership. And I think the majority of institutions at this point do have an institutional membership to NCFDD. So if that's you, if that's your institution, make sure to tune in today at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, so that you can take away the strategies that you need to take away as a current or future academic parent, or an aspiring academic parent, especially if you're somebody who is worried about your biological clock, or you're trying to get pregnant, but you've been experiencing difficulty getting and or staying pregnant. This applies to you too, because in my mind, you are an academic parent already, and I give you specific tools that are critical for you as well. So if you're a current academic parent, a future academic parent, an aspiring academic parent, or on the flip side, you are an institutional leader and decision maker, then please tune into this webinar so that you can take away both the individual strategies to share with individual faculty members, and also the institutional policy suggestions, so that you can support academic parents. Because here's the thing that we all know, and that I know very deeply as someone who was an academic parent myself and got tenure at the University of Southern California, and also somebody as the founder and chief scientific officer of the Fertility and Pregnancy Institute, and now Super Baby Nutraceuticals also, who runs a team. The thing that we know is that you invest so much in the people, the young people that you bring on, the young faculty members you bring on, the new team members you bring on. And you cannot recover the investment that you make in those individuals when they fall out of the workforce or can't meet the standards being set by the institution, because they don't have the knowledge and support that they need, and because the systems and structures aren't set up to ensure that they have the knowledge and support. Here's the last thing I'll say about this, and this is true for academia, this is true for pretty much any and every domain of life. We do not succeed in isolation, and we also don't fail in isolation. And life and work and fertility can feel very isolating. Academic work in particular, many aspects of it are extremely isolating. But even though the work can be isolating, we still are not succeeding or failing in isolation. So please tune in today. I know that this webinar will make such a difference for you. And I really, everything that I cover is based on evidence. And I also weave in stories from my own pre-tenure and tenure experience, having 3 super babies within 5 years pre-tenure on the tenure clock, and also the stories of other mamas we've worked with and other colleagues as well. So I hope you have an incredible experience with this webinar, and please let NCFDD know that you have tuned in, that it's made a difference in your life. Please let me know. And also, when you watch it, there's a specific link with a very important resource for you to download a checklist that has a quick summary of both the individual practices and institutional policies that we can use as academic parents and as supporters of academic parents. All right, I will see you very soon. Enjoy, and don't forget that's today, Tuesday, December 12th, 2023 at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's 11 a.m. Pacific for those of you who are on the FPI coast, on the West Coast. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.